Hello everyone, welcome to my first video lecture. I am Miss S.J. Kambale, Assistant Professor in English, PDVP College, Tasca. This is an introductory lecture on William Wordsworth's theory of poetic diction. Let's start from gathering some biographical information about William Wordsworth. He was born on 7th April 1770, Cockermouth, Cumberland, England. His father was a legal representative. Due to this, he got very little time to spend with his father. He was close to his mother and his sister. His mother taught him to read and his father always encouraged him for reading. After the death of his mother, his father sent him to Hawkshead Grammar School. Then he also attended St. John's School, College, Cambridge. We know him as a major poet of Romantic movement because if one is talking about Romantic poetry or poetry in English, we can't forget Wordsworth's name. He also wrote many essays and letters throughout his lifetime. He was awarded as a Fellow of the Royal Society in 1824. And he was honored as Poet Laureate in 1834 after death of Robert Southey. He is also known by different names such as Bard of Riddle, Lake Poet and Father of Romantic movement. Bard of Riddle associates with Mount Riddle, his home in Lake District. Lake Poets is term used for Romantic poets who used to live in Lake District. He is considered as father of Romantic movement because we know that he is a pioneer or precursor of that field. His name is mainly associated with Romantic movement. So, why it was? In order to find its answer, we have to learn about its preceding age, that is Neoclassical age. Wordsworth's predecessors, the writers of so-called Augustan age from 1701 to 1750, Addison, Jonathan Swift, Gay and Steele, Pope, took Latin authors of the time of Pax Romana as their models. So, classis in Latin means best or the highest, and these so-called writers tried to imitate them, therefore they are considered as neoclassicals or pseudo-classicals. They admired Virgil, Horace for their correctness of phrase and their polished urbanity and grace. So, you have must heard name of Virgil's Aeneid or many epistles, epodes or satires written by Horace. These writers tried to imitate them. They wrote and criticized according to what they considered to be proper and acceptable rules and regulations of the taste of that time. They used archaic language and Latin words in their literary works, making it difficult to understand. Reason indeed was the prime source of inspiration and emotion had to be subordinated to thought. Thematically, conditions in high society furnished many of the plots and characters, and humble life tended to be contemptuously ignored. But Wordsworth was against this approach. He thought that we must give emotions more importance than reason. Wordsworth also said that there is no essential difference between language of prose and language of poetry, while neoclassicals said that there is a major difference between language of prose and poetry. It is the best language of communication because we can communicate easily in using this language, and it is more philosophical because it explains basic truths of life and it is universal. From long time we have seen that rustic people like farmers, shepherds and laborers have not included as subjects in literature. So Wordsworth tries to give them justice and raise voice against this. All of these kind of ideas he put forth in preface to lyrical ballads. Lyrical ballads with few other poems was published in 1798. Actually, it was published anonymously and first edition consisted 19 poems of Wordsworth and Tinternaby was one among them. Then Coleridge 4 poems that are first is The Time of Ancient Mariner and 3 minor poems The Foster Mother's Tale, The Nightingale and The Dungeon. Wordsworth thought it is unnecessary to publish it with name, therefore he published first edition anonymously. Its second edition appeared in 1800 under Wordsworth's name alone with one additional poem composed by Coleridge, Love. It was this edition in which Wordsworth incorporated his famous prefix. He thought that his poems are new in style, new in theme, therefore it should be presented with a proper introduction. Its third edition appeared in 1802 and it was followed by the last and fourth edition that is in 1805.